Hey everyone, Brian here with SampleLibraryReview.com, and today we're going to check out Abbey Road One Scoring Selections, the Soaring High Strings. Now, this library, of course, focuses on soaring high strings. So you get 16 first violins, 14 second violins playing in unison, not octaves. You get 12 mic positions, of course, recorded in the famed Abbey Road studios, the same studio as a lot of very famous and very beautiful film scores, such as Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, all kinds of stuff like that. Probably the most famous scoring room in the world. Now, this one only has 3 articulations. You've got a very expressive, slightly slurred, swoopy legato. You've also got fast runs programmed into that same legato, and then you've got shorts and longs. The price of this is only $49. I owned the rest of them, and the price came to about $31 to complete the collection. And this will run in the Spitfire plugin, the Abbey Road One plugin, and it comes in at about 8.5 gigs of download size. All right, so I've got something programmed here to show you what the library can do. Again, we've got legato. Obviously, I think this is the focus here because it is soaring high strings. So I've got legato and then some shorts at the end here, and we're also going to listen to some of the longs, and then we're going to play it in live as well. But you can see the modulation here, and then down here the mod wheel is all the way up for this little run thing. So let's check it out. And then I've got some longs here that took me, a matter of minutes to program. I'd say 5 to 10 minutes. Some longs here showing the dynamic range, soft, low, soft, and then we get louder here. So that shows you a little bit about the dynamic range and also the playable range, the octaves that you can play down to C3. Okay, let's go in and check out the legato here. I will switch back to the soaring legato. We're going to play this. You'll hear, the biggest thing I want you to hear is that there's one legato transition when you're playing slowly. And then when you play faster, it goes into a fast runs, which works really, really well. I'll also notice that these samples have a lot more body than just first violins or just second violins because they're playing in unison. It was pretty significant, the richness to these. So just something to notice. We've only got 2 different types of transitions as opposed to, say, Abbey Road Orchestra, which has like 16. But I think it sounds really good. So let's go into the different mic positions. You hear the longs. Everything's very expressive to me. I think the longs really work well. You can adjust the release. I think like by default, it's kind of perfect the way I was playing those longs and swelling up the mod wheel and then just letting go. I think the release sounds really good instead of just cutting off abruptly. I'll note there is no vibrato control, which is on some of them, at least for the longs. Let's see if we have vibrato control. No, we do not have vibrato control for the legato. So that was just mix one, a Simon Rhodes mix, who is a legendary mix engineer. Basically, what I'm trying to say is when I use the Abbey Road libraries, I use mix one or mix two. I don't mess with anything else. Though this one, I think you will be able to. This is very, very low RAM use compared to, say, Abbey Road Orchestra first violins for obvious reasons. So 299 megabytes, not gigs, 299 megabytes for one mic position with all the articulations. Only 3, but still really nice resource usage there. Let's load up mix 2 and see how long that takes. And it's loaded. If you're wondering what is the difference between all of these mic positions, I love the kind of helper here. Look right here. I hover over it and it tells me exactly what that mix is meant to achieve. A full room mix. This is a tighter full mix. Pretty much any Abbey Road library, you'll get these two mixes. Rule of thumb, mix 1, big, more luscious. Mix 2, smaller, more tight, more defined. So let's check out the shorts between those two mixes so you can really hear the difference. Then I'll check out all the different mic positions as well. So in my headphones, I'm hearing that mix 1 is much wider. Mix 2 is more centered, but still, obviously, a sense of space. You get the room acoustics of Abbey Road. I will note that mix 1 with all of the Abbey Road libraries, why I love this room so much, is there is a ton of definition. It's very, very big, it's spacious, but it's very open and very defined, very clear. I've noticed with like Air Studios, you know, the older Spitfire libraries all recorded in this space, much more bloomy and less defined. Even though I'd argue maybe Abbey Road One actually sounds like a bigger space, there's less of a reverb bloom that has a chance to muddy up the sound. Let's go to vintage and check out all these different mic positions. You'll see me as I click through. Okay, so you can hear the pop mics are not recorded in situ. So an orchestral hall, violins 1 and 2 are all the way to the left. Not only do they sound they actually sound to the right. I'm hearing it more to the right of in my headphones there for the pop mixes. The pop close in particular, I think, has a really nice detail. So like combining the vintage one, like for more roomy, warm sound, you could hear the vintage were very warm, and the pop close a little bit for the more detail. I'm going to try that right now. I think that'll sound good. So the vintage, that's, a full mix. So you get the whole room, more reverb. The pop ones have less of the room and more of the strings. However, even though it says pop, I think that the really detailed sound there actually sounds quite vintage on its own to add detail to the actual vintage one mix. So now I'm going to kind of make my own mix here, and we'll also take a look at RAM use. And finally, I want to do a spiccato tightness test. How well these shorts stay on beat, and listen for any machine gun effect or anything like that. So not bad, not bad at all. Obviously, this is a $50 library. You're not going to get the same amount of depth round robins as the $400 library. But I mean, look, this sounds really, really good. I really put it through its paces there. I don't normally do, say, a spiccato tightness test, but I just wanted to show you like how usable everything is and how good it sounds. Even if you don't have all the incredible depth as something more expensive, $50 and you get this sound in Abbey Road. It sounds really good. My favorite thing is the fact that they put in runs as well, and the runs sound fantastic. I was really shocked at that. I know Spitfire includes the performance legato, and they're more like premium, expensive libraries. I genuinely did not expect them to have a fast runs legato in this and have it sound so darn good. So the library is not perfect. Thus, you can hear when I was playing the swoopy, more slurred portamento-ish legato transition is not always perfect. But again, this is a $50 library. It does what it says and a little bit more in my opinion. In fact, I'll probably be using this mostly for the runs because they just sound so good and so detailed. And that the Soaring legato is great as well, though of course I mentioned it's only one type of transition, but it's a $50 library. $31 if you own the rest. I think that's kind of a no-brainer. So you heard it here for yourself. Let us know what you think in the comments, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.